Today I found this. So I just gotta show you. Has anyone seen this male peacock? Somebody lost this guy. Does the peacock have a collar or a tag on him? Did you ask them? I didn't actually report anything. I didn't go ahead and have a conversation with them. I actually thought just to take a snippet of it and then report to you guys. I probably should have asked them. Is there a way to tell peacocks apart? I used to have a dog, right? It looked like a stereotypical golden retriever. At one point, I think I had a single dream that like made me realize that I have no idea whether this is even my golden retriever. Because I think I had a dream about this golden retriever who I realized looked a little bit different than I thought I remembered it looking. And that is kind of when my mind went like, is this how you've always looked, buddy? And then when I woke up, I went to go look at my golden retriever and I realized like, is this even you? Is this you? Have I gotten like some other dog that I didn't even know about? Is there like a secondary golden retriever somewhere around here? And I accidentally adopted that one? I think that's why they invented collars. Oh, that is unfortunate, huh? Probably should have slapped a collar on there. To be fair, I will add, it was my golden retriever in the sense that like I always saw it and pet it. But it was not my golden retriever in the sense that I didn't own it. So it was just kind of like a stray golden retriever that I kind of adopted as my own just because it was nearby. And it kind of walked around the neighborhood and I was like, I like dog. And then I took it and that was my dog now. But I actually never actually kept it in like a pen or anything because it wasn't technically my dog. But I just knew him a lot. Then it vanished one day and I was like, I hope the owners came and actually got him. I don't know what happened to that dog, but again, it wasn't mine. I just started buying dog food for him. And I was like, you want some of this? Did you give him a name? I don't think I've given any pet I've had a name, which is awkward to think about. But I think every animal I've had, I've just been like, your dog. It was more based off of vibes, I think. You just see an animal and you're like, that's my pet. I don't know. You're supposed to name him? This is crazy. Yeah, it's like naming your pet buddy. Exactly. I've just gotten into the situation where like I'm bad at names. I'm good at like remembering what they look like. I say as I mentioned that I forgot how they look like. If I see a profile picture, I know who that person is based off of their profile picture, but I'm terrible at remembering names. And same with like pets. It's like I'll know you by how you look, but not by what your name is. I don't know what your name is, but like I've talked to you before. So you got to go up to people and you got to start calling them like, hey bud, what's up man? How you doing bro? Cause I don't remember your name and it's rough. That's actually really awkward. But yeah, I just don't know. I'm not good at names. They can tell me their names and I'll try to remember real hard, but I'm a forget. I know that. I'm a forget instantly. Thank heavens I don't change my profile picture. I know the people who change their profile picture like every week or so, I gotta be like, who are you? Like, give me a recap of like what you've done with me. Cause I don't remember who you are. And that's unfortunate. Yeah, when people change your names and your profile pictures at the same time, that is messed up. Like, I don't know what you're doing. You're like changing your entire identity, buddy. All right? You got to kind of slow your roll there because I'm not going to remember anything about you. You got to start giving me like 5 paragraphs of like how we met, what we were doing last time. Do I know you that well? Are you part of my inner circle? I don't know anymore. You change your profile and you have a whole different identity. Yeah, they're trying to be forgotten at that point. Because I won't remember nothing. We got a new plant. We got tangle kelp, aquatic plant that pulls a zombie underwater. That might be useful. We got a large pool over here. Here's the thing. I got to start writing down notes of like who you are and who was like your previous life and like what other things we talked about, or else I'm just not going to remember that person whatsoever. And it's one of those things where I feel like I'm kind of gaslighting myself because now I'm thinking, did I always talk to you this way? Or is it because you changed your profile that I'm talking to you differently because I think you're a different person? And so now we're not in that same level of like intimacy or connection that we were before. Now I'm not treating you as a friend. Now I'm treating you as like a acquaintance because you changed your profile picture and I have no idea who you are. I don't know. It's been a struggle is all I could say. I had whole conversations with someone thinking that there was someone else. That is rough. I have gotten people mixed up and I've only realized after the conversations were over. Oh, that's bad. Because I'm like, I feel like stuff happened, you know. I feel like we had a life-changing conversation, and now I realized I had a life-changing conversation with the wrong person. Or not with the wrong person, but you know, I thought you were I thought you were somebody else. This is what happens. Hey, I'm gonna say this is on them. If you change your identity, you know, it's not my fault. Do you guys ever think about that? What would you do if you change your identity? Like you went to, you know, you got into, what is that program called? The Witness Protection Program. Thank you. Do you get to pick your name in one of those situations? If so, do you have like a name that you would go after? I don't really have a new name that I would come up with. I feel like I struggle coming up with a name, right? I feel like all the names just put a number 2 at your name. I think if you went into the Witness Protection Program and you slapped the number 2 onto your name, they're gonna get a little bit upset. All of that like forward thinking that they did immediately shattered by the fact that you just put a number 2 on your name. What about Mr. Super Awesome name? That would be cool. You're gonna go for like the people that name themselves like a really edgy name. I think I want a new identity, and then they call themselves like Blade. My name is Axe Powers. And I'm like, okay, okay. I think that's a really risky gamble, because on the one hand, I think that does sound pretty cool, but I think there's also a big chance that you have a name and it just sounds kind of lame, and then it kind of backfires on you. So hopefully it doesn't backfire on you. Oh, I thought you were talking about changing your name about gender. I was more talking about witness protection, but you could also have a different name, I guess, if you change your gender. But see, I feel like you got to come up with a good name though, right? That's a lot of pressure. Well, I guess you could change your name again. But then that goes back to the Discord thing where I'm going to forget you. Whatever. I think you can take the L on that. You can take the I'm going to get forgotten maybe a little bit. Hopefully you're a lot happier with your new name. Oh my God. Did I tell you guys? I bought like a cactus and I like kind of planted it on my lawn, and I was like, cool, I'm going to grow like a cactus and it's going to be like my pet. It lasted about, I want to say, a week. I come outside, I look at my cactus, and that thing is dead. I don't know how I managed to kill a cactus, but it's harder to keep it alive than I thought. I thought you just like, you know, kept it around, watered it every like 1 or 2 days, and you would get it to live, but I killed that thing. Kudos to myself for pronouncing my own name. I know if you have like a lisp or something and you can't pronounce your own name, that is rough. Then I feel like 100% you should be able to change your name. Change it to something else. I feel like when you grow up, you should be able to change your name just a couple of times. You know, you got to hit that reset switch. I feel like you're like, cause some people are born with like, let me think, like Mikey. And I think that works when you're like a little kid, but when you get older, Mikey might not fit your face anymore. Cause Mikey's like a very like, you're a baby name. People are imagining a small little kid and they got like a 40-something-year-old man. But normally, I think that, you know, you try to think of what would my child grow up to be. You want them to have like a certain vibe. You want them to be like, oh, he's gonna be named like Caesar or something because you want him to be a king or whatever. I don't actually know what you name your kid, but you want them to have like a resonant name that's like beautiful and meaningful and something like that. And maybe a little bit unique, but not too unique that you can't even write it down. And I think that's kind of where you get into the situations of like, I want to name my child Jordan, but it's like with 2 silent H's and a Y. And it's like, okay, well now I can't even pronounce it or spell it because you made it so complicated. I don't know how to read your name. It is really unfortunate. Maybe you should just start naming your child after objects. What do you think? Table? Oh, I think it's really good. Sunflower. Would that work? Did we just get a car key? Hey, you found my car key. You know what that means. Crazy Dave's Twiddly Dinkies is open for business. Have a look. See if you can't find something you like. Oh, that's expensive. That's how many money we have? We're broke. I would like to buy a new slot, but we are so broke. Okay, I will buy this. It's a pool cleaner, which to be fair, we never needed a line of defense, but I'll take that. This is 202. We'll take that too. Oh, I should have bought that. It's double sunflowers. We'll come back to it. Funny thing about the zombie process, sometimes it makes them come out real little and real mean. Defend your shins. Are we gonna get tiny zombies? Oh, these are, they're all tiny zombies. So speaking of the pool cleaners, I found out people steal pool cleaners kind of a lot. So I found out that for like weeks, this place that I've been going to that has a pool has been getting raided. They haven't gotten a new one. They shut the pool down because every time they get a new pool cleaner, within like a day, they steal the pool cleaner. And I'm like, what is happening? It's such a like high valued item. And then they were like, yeah, it cost us like $2,000 for a pool cleaner. And it's like really easy to get. Apparently they've just been going in and stealing pool cleaners in like a span of a minute. It's really low risk, high reward, because you can just go in there, steal the pool cleaner, and get out within like 30 seconds. It has to give us something besides lily pads, please. What am I going to do with all these lily pads? Give me something to work with. People be stealing because they know they're easy. Yeah, that's so true. Not only do they know that they're easy, but like they also, once you steal it the first time, you know that they're going to place it there again in the same spot. So I feel like it's become even easier to steal because they already like within a minute, they would apparently go in there, grab it and leave. So within a minute, they've made like $2,000 and I'm like, that's crazy. And I think $2,000 is like on the low end for like pool cleaners. So it could go up crazy fast. You could steal one for like 4,000. Who's buying all these? I got no idea. After like the first week, you would be like, I already have a pool cleaner. I don't need another. You've stolen like 5 this week. I don't know what I'm going to do with all that, with all that stuff. You got a new plant. You got a jalapeno. Destroys an entire lane of zombies. Let's go on to the next level. Is it going to give me more Crazy Dave? What is this guy? Well, how'd you get here? Go back to cleaning the ice or whatever you do. There's like 2 types of people, right? There's like people who really love spicy stuff on all of their food. Even when it's not really necessary, they'll just start like adding spicy ingredients to their food. You see that all the time when people eat like chips. There's always that person that like layers it with like 4 different types of chili and hot sauce. And then there's that person that just eats it with nothing on. But I'm not really like a extreme spicy food enjoyer. I can't eat spicy chips because then it doesn't taste like chips anymore. It tastes like spicy for me. You don't like spicy? Does anyone here like actually spicy food? Yeah, spicy food is fun, but you can definitely overdo it. I have like a weak palate. I gotta say this gently. I don't hate the spiciness of a jalapeno. I just don't like the flavor that much of a jalapeno. And I think that's weird to me. Like those are 2 different things. Because it's not the fact that it's like really spicy for me. It is the fact that it has like a specific flavor that I just can't vibe with. To be honest, I sometimes eat spicy food, but not much. I can't tolerate it. Yeah, that's fine. There's a lot of people who just like get like major stomach problems, you know, try to eat spicy food. And that's also pretty tough because all of a sudden, you know, you want spicy food, but your body is like, no, you can't have it. It's like the people who are lactose intolerant. Sorry, you want to go ahead and eat ice cream? Nope. I've heard people who are lactose intolerant be like, I'll tank it. You know, I love ice cream so much that I don't care that it'll mess me up. I want it. And I can appreciate that dedication. I can appreciate the dedication of someone who knows that it's going to just damage them a little bit, but they love the thing so much. They're in it for the love of the game. They're like, yeah, my future self is going to be in pain, but they're going to be like, that's so worth it. That was so worth it. I hate spicy food and all my friends bully it for me because I'm from Indonesia and apparently I'm supposed to eat spicy food every second. That is unfortunate because like now you get heckled because it's like, oh, what's the big deal? Can't eat the spicy food? And it's like, no, I can't. I have that too, where it's just like, come on, don't you want some jalapenos on your stuff? And I'm like, no, I'm not really a big fan of jalapenos. And they're like, well, now we gotta make a separate dish so that like, you know, you can have your own thing. And I'm like, no, it's okay. I don't have to eat it. So oh, you just mashed my food. Hey, what do I do? Jalapeno. That's not how that works. Oh, that's not how that works. Uh-oh. I thought it was like the chili where it just exploded that, but it's not. Oh, they're all gonna get run over. Oh, hey, back off. Okay, that's funny. They did not have to do all that. I feel like they're going a little bit extra. They could have just walked, man. This is messed up. Oh no, they're incoming. There's multiple of them. That's me sometimes, but I want to get in the mood and get hyped up to do it. I do too. I've been trying to like force myself to eat spicy food, just so I could build up a tolerance and also build up a, I wouldn't say like tolerance per se, because it's not a strictly diet thing, right? Like it's not that like, oh, it's so spicy that I can't handle it type of thing, even though it's also that, but it's more for like a tolerance for the flavor. I gotta get adjusted to the fact that it's gonna taste a little bit weird for me. I can't eat mushrooms almost entirely because of the texture. I get that. It's not like a marshmallow even, because it's like softer than a marshmallow and it's really slimy, you know? It's one of the weirder textures that I think I've tried on food. But to be fair, I also just tried it by itself. 2 days ago, I had mushroom stuffed with cheese, and the cheese was good, and the mushroom tasted like I was biting into an organ or something. I think that's the best description of it, though. I know it's a plant, but it feels like you're biting like a liver or something. But like a raw liver, not like a cooked liver, because it feels like mushy. We need Plants vs. Zombies IRL. I think that's just a zombie apocalypse. I think that's just what you're hoping for. Are you telling me you didn't take apart mechanical pens? Oh, you know what? Because I always did that thing where I take apart a mechanical pen and then you can like kind of destroy the spring and you could put it back together in such a way where you launch the pen by like pressing the cap, you know? You can kind of make a little blow dart with it. And that's what I always did with the mechanical pens. But I never actually, I don't think I ever destroyed it and put it back together and it functioned, because I always destroyed it and made a projectile out of it. That's why I don't have any mechanical pens or mechanical pencils, because I would just make projectiles out of them. What? Yeah, you can make projectiles out of those things. Weaponized handwriting. I know, you're going to start handwriting something, someone's going to come up to you, get away, and then you use the little spring and launch the pen at them. I can't be the only one that did that, right? One of you surely must have done that too. Don't leave me hanging here. I'm like, yeah, everyone's done that, right? You disassembled it and turned it into something greater. I think your skill set is beyond us, actually. Really? Has no one else done this? I just do it and people are like, you're weird. What? I just used my keys. Well, when I was in school, I don't think that I ever got keys. They were like, no, too bad. I guess you're just going to have to walk. You're going to have to, go through a window or something to get inside the house. I got really annoyed at the fact that I had to reload it every time. And not because I shot it. I didn't have to reload it because I kept shooting the mechanical pen out. I mean, I had to reload the lead on it. I haven't used a mechanical pencil in like ages. Most of the time that I needed to write something down with, I got like a pen. Okay, this was about 5 years ago now that I went to the store and I saw that someone was selling like a box of pens for like $5, and it was 400 pens for $5. And I bought this 5 years ago and I have still yet to run out of pens. I never run out. Exactly. No one needs that many pens. I know. I'm stuck with so many of them. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to buy new tools because I have so many pens. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. When I went to the store to buy those pens, it was like a small thrift store. And the guy was like tossing them out because I guess no one wanted to buy those pens. And I was like, how much for the whole box? And he was like, I don't know, I'll give you like $5, I guess. So I got this like huge box of pens. And that's just been maintaining me for like the past 5 years. Or I mean, I never have to buy new writing utensils anymore. When someone's like, hey, can I borrow a pen? I'm like, I got you. You want to keep it actually? I have way too many of them. Generational value for $5. It really was. It really was. For the, like, my lineage is going to have pens for the rest of their lives. 10 decades later, and my grandchild is going to be like, why do we still have this box? We've moved on. We can send information through like our brain cells. We don't need to have physical objects anymore. This game is ancient, by the way. I tried to boot it up in like windowed mode so I could be able to like go and grab images or something while we're talking and like show them on screen. I could not do that with this game because it was so like low res and so old that I was unable to actually load anything in without it getting broken. Every time I would like minimize the screen and go get something, the game would die on me. And I would have to close it and reopen it up. Just because this game is so old. Did you know the remaster is coming soon? I feel a little bit sad that the remaster is coming soon because I wanted to get through Plants vs. Zombies and then play what I thought was going to be the sequel. But turns out it's just a remaster. And now I'm already playing this one. So I don't know, like when the remaster comes out, do I hop back in and redo the whole game on like a stream, but like for the HD remake? Or do I just kind of like push through and be like, I technically played it, I guess. I will say it will be nice to actually have it in HD because I feel like so much, again, like someone was saying that the edges are gone here. It was done before 16:9 was like the common aspect ratio. So this game's old. And it's definitely one of those things where, oh, I have no plants here. And it's definitely one of those things where it's like, we definitely needed a remake. This game's too old to not have a remake. I think what I'm most excited for is the fact that it's gonna get like probably modded content. Like it's, I'm not sure how easily moddable this game is. Surely this game has to go crazy with modded content. You're gonna get like mods for a lot of the levels, maybe new plants, stuff like that, new zombies. Like that's gotta be fun. Did I hear a dolphin? What in the world? No. We gotta shoot him down. Oh, you hop over? Oh no! What? Yeah, we got him. Okay, cool. That's not cool. You can't hop over all my plants, man. You can't bring a dolphin into the pool. You know, technically the dolphin is still in the pool. They didn't go anywhere. You just brought a dolphin into my pool and now they're just stuck in there. Oh, it's another dolphin. It's another dolphin. Get out of here. Yeah, you've seen a crazy amount of mods. I'm saying they're out there. Surely they gotta be. Yeah, we got free pets. I don't want a free dolphin though, you know? There's like a tier list of like animals that are like cool to get as like a free pet. You know, if you get like, oh, we got like a cat. It's like, okay, I guess I could kind of take care of a cat. If you get a dog, it's like, well, that's kind of depends on the dog. They might be like a little bit too big to take care of. If you start getting like a giant, you know, a giant dog, then it's like, okay, we can't take care of it. You take way too much space up. You're a lot of responsibility. We can't have you just indoors. We got to have a place outdoors too. And then eventually you start going into like dolphin territory, which is way too big. We got to scale down. You know how hard it's going to be to have a dolphin in a pool? We got chlorine in this pool. We got to keep it clean. You can't have chlorine in a pool with a dolphin. That goes for all sorts of like animals though. It's like, oh, we can't really have like fish in here either. Unless we're going to turn this pool into like a lake. But then I'm not going to be able to swim in it. Or I'm going to have to just accept the L and jump in algae all the time. All right. Thanks for joining me on Plants vs. Zombies. Next time, we're going to continue a little bit more. Oh, yeah. Also, have you seen this peacock, by the way? It's still missing.